Okay, thanks for joining today for our Pilates yoga. And it's still National Yoga Month, so great to get in a yoga practice today. Let's start by setting our posture, feet under hips. So they're about hip distance apart. Lift up through those legs, engage the inner thighs, lift the rib cage up off the waist. There's lots of room here to engage your core. Roll your shoulder blades down your back. Let's open our palms to the front for our Tadasana. Mountain pose here. Back of the head leveled over the back of the spine. Big, deep breaths. Let's take 3 breaths here. Nice. I hope that was a good transition from your work day into your workout. So sorry, weirdness happening here. Let's come down to the floor to start our Pilates series through our sun salutation, through our vinyasa here. So inhale up, exhale, fold. Inhale, flatten your back, bring your palms up to your shins. Exhale, fold, and plant your palms on the mat. Step your feet back into a plank. You can be on your toes or on your knees, whatever is comfortable for you. And we're going to hug those elbows to the rib cage. Take a big inhale as we exhale and float down toward the mat. And roll through to up dog, shoulder blades down the back, protecting the lower back by engaging that core from below, and push back to your down dog. Let's take a couple of walks here, a little short walk, bending one knee and then the other. Just getting a little bit of stretch, a little bit of movement. And look up between your hands, step your feet all the way through and come back to lie on your back. We're going to start our warm up with some arm overs. So feet are planted on the mat, a comfortable distance from your glutes. We're not trying to walk them in super close like we would for a bridge. Tuck your shoulder blades underneath you to open up your chest. Inhale, those arms up and over. Exhale them back down. So the key for this warm up is to follow your breath and to press your belly button down to the spine while keeping a gentle curve in your lower back. So we're not pressing the back down into the mat. We're just trying to shorten the distance between the belly button and the spine. Feel how your core engages differently as your arms are extended. And as they come to rest by your side, they definitely work a little harder to maintain that position and not let the back pop up even more when we bring those arms overhead. Let's do a couple more breaths like this. Plant your palms on the mat, walk your feet together. Trying to keep that nice core, holding your spine in place, not letting the spinal alignment change. We're going to rock your knees from one side back to the center to the other side. So this work should be coming from your obliques. Those shoulders are staying flat on the mat. Gaze stays straight up to the ceiling. Working your core to slowly drop those legs down and then slowly lift them back up to the center. Drop and lift. Now, if you want to take this up to the next level, you can by bringing your legs up into a 45-degree angle. You can bring your arms out in a T for more support, or you can stay in that warm-up position of having feet on the mat. So again, your shoulders totally planted on the mat, Nice curve through that lower back. Slow controlled movements to each side and back to the center. Feeling the work come from those obliques to lower those legs down and then lift them up. And up, lower, and lift. 4 more sets. 4, and drop. Trying to keep your knees as aligned as you can. They will naturally, the lower leg will come a little bit further to the side than the top leg, but working to squeeze those thighs together. Last set. And hug those knees, rock side to side. You should feel nice and warm in that core. And let's continue the work with a single leg stretch. So this time we're gonna roll head and shoulders up off the mat, pressing down with that belly button toward the mat. Your spine will be flat on the mat. Pull one leg and then the other. Keeping those legs straight. Of course, you can bend them if you need. Nice. Really good. Toes pointed. That helps you to keep a nice straight leg. 2 quick pulls and 2 quick exhales. Lift that head and shoulders back up. We tend to start to sag after a while, and do that by pressing that belly button down. Extended leg hovers over the mat. Nice. For 8 and 7. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, last set. And hug the knees, rock side to side. We're going to roll up to a seated position. Feet are in a butterfly. Walk your glutes as close to the heels as you can get them. Lift the spine, nice straight spine, head straight up to the sky. And we are going to reach side to side, coming up to the center and come to the other side. Keeping both sits bones down on the mat, not letting that hip lift up when you twist to the opposite side. So you should feel some nice stretch, but you should also feel a lot of work happening as you press back up, rising up, using those core muscles. Lots of work to keep those feet kind of glued together, knees open. Really good. Coming up to a tall, straight spine in the center for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now we're going to stay on one side. We're going to bring a little more arm work into this. So plant this palm. We're going to bend that elbow, press up with the arm. So we're taking the work a little bit out of the core here and pressing with that hand to lift yourself up. Nice. Still keeping those knees open in that butterfly, feet together. You should definitely be feeling some work happening in your hip flexors and inner thighs for 4, 3, 2, last one, other side. Plant that hand, push up, down with the hand and up. Using the power of that arm to press yourself down, trying to bring the elbow to rest on the mat and then pressing up. Press up for 8, 7, keep those knees open. 6, 5, now your core is definitely still working here. 3, 2, and 1. Grab hold of those feet. Let those knees rock up and down. That was a long time to stay in your butterfly. Hold onto your feet, your ankles, or your shins. Extend those legs straight and come into your forward fold. Big inhale, and then exhale to this forward fold. Get a little bit of a stretch on the back of the legs. And come all the way up to sitting. We're going to come through to our bird dog position. Hands under shoulders, knees under hips, and we are going to come into our fire hydrant. So we are going to lift this right leg, in my case, up to the side. Shoulders and hips stay level and parallel with the floor. So you're using your core to press that hip down as you raise the leg. You should feel a nice, strong engagement here. Beautiful. Head is in line with the tailbone, not dropping the head. You should see your fingers in the lower edge of your peripheral vision. You definitely should not see your belly button. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's come into a variation. Lift, kick, kick, and down. So coming up, extend that leg, keeping that leg lifted, trying to get the knee parallel to the ground, working to keep that hips square to the mat. Control, everyone. You are looking great. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release. You can come back, roll your wrists, take a little pressure off of them before we do to the other side. Coming back into our bird dog position. Reset yourself, feel those hips and shoulders being very parallel. Engage that core from below. And then start with our simple bird dog. Leg raise, feeling what it takes to keep that spine from collapsing and to keep the hips from rocking. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Coming into our variation, lift, kick, back, and down. Lift, kick, back, and down. Trying to hover that knee parallel to the floor. Open that leg, extend it parallel to the floor without letting the hip lift. Nice, challenging exercise here. Recruiting a lot of muscle groups. We've got our glutes, we've got our obliques, We've got our rectus abdominis, center, like that six-pack area. Lots of work. Also our back and shoulders. 4, 3, 2, and 1. And sit back, roll those wrists. Nice little stretch here for your quads. Really good. Let's come onto our sides. We are going to do a bicycle, a side lying bicycle. So you can prop your head in your hands, or you can use your arm as a pillow. You can have this top hand on the mat for support, or on your hips for a little more challenge. Bend that front knee, extend it, sweep it through, working to keep those hips parallel as you move through this motion. Bicycling your way through your workout. That top leg is hovering over the mat at hip height. Not a height, this is not a height challenge. It's all about keeping those hips parallel and square to the wall in front of you. For 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now push back, sweep through to the front with a straight leg. Push back, sweep through. Push back, sweep through. Nice. Really good job maintaining those hips square to the front of the room. For 4, 3, bringing that heel way behind you. 2, and 1. Switch to the other side. Get yourself set up. We're going to start with that front bicycle. So bend the knee, kick it to the front, sweep the straight leg to the back. And the more front to back motion that you get here, the more challenging it is for your core to maintain your body position. So really try to get a big range of motion going here. Really nice job. Love what I'm seeing. 4, 3, 2. Last one. Let's change it up. Bend that knee, push through the back, sweep to the front. Push back, sweep front. Engaging that core, feeling how the work changes as your leg moves through. Especially if you have your hand up here, you can literally feel the different muscle groups firing in different positions. It's nice to get that instant feedback to know that you're working. 4, 3, 2. Last one. To the front. Grab those knees, rock side to side. We're going to roll through again. This time we're going to come into our plank variation. Roll all the way through. You can choose your knees or toes. I'm going to be down on my elbows. If that's uncomfortable, you can be up on your hands. If you're on your knees, straight line from shoulders to knees. And we're going to lift one leg and then the other. If you're on your toes, we're going to drop one knee and then the other. So just tapping that knee down on the mat, tap, tap, and tap. Nice. Again, head aligned with the spine. Straight line, top of the head down to the knees or down to the heels. Tap, tap, tap. For 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. We're not going to be done. And 1. Hold here. We're going to do a double drop. So if that double knee tap is not working, just stick with the single knee tap. But if you can, both knees, tap and up. Really strong through the shoulders. So feel your spine lifting in between the shoulder blades, pushing up a ton from below with that core. You're pushing the floor away with your elbows rather than sinking into it. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's hold for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come down. Push back into a child's pose. Toes together, knees apart. Arms extended, fingers spread. Nice. Okay, let's do some back work. So we're going to come onto our belly. We're going to do some locust poses today. So your arms will be extended along your sides. Let's start with the chin on the mat. We're going to lift up those legs and we're going to beat, beat, beat. So just a little open and close with the legs. Just a beat here for 8, 7, 6, 5. Legs are lifted up off the mat. Legs straight, knees not bent. 3, 2, 1. Go big. Open and close. Open and close. So trying to have your hips as the only point of contact or as the first point of contact with the mat. Lifting those legs up as high as you can. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Legs down. Legs are planted. Top of the hands stay planted on the mat. We're going to lift up that head and shoulders up off the mat. So a reverse crunch here. Lift and lower. Lift and lower. If you want to make it harder, lift those hands up off the mat. That just gives you a little bit of extra weight. It also helps you lift a little bit higher. Press your shoulders away from your ears. Bring your shoulder blades closer together in your back. That will give you a little extra lift, a little extra couple of inches. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come back to center. Shake your hips side to side to let out your tension. We're going to bring those both together. You can stick with one, either your legs or your upper body. You can have your hands on the mat or palms lifted. Just choose the variation that works for you. Not coming all the way down with just a slight tap, not coming to rest on the mat. Full body reverse crunch here. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Hold here on our 1 for 8, 7, 6, open up that chest. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Push back into your child's pose. One more time. Get a nice stretch on the back, a little stretch for the hips. And let's finish our Pilates series with a regular variation here of our crunch. We are going to have legs up in the air. They could be straight, they can be bent. You can have your feet open in a Pilates V. And we're just going to do a crunch and reach here. Reach, reach, reach. So head and shoulders lifting off the mat, pressing the belly button down toward the mat to start the movement. Getting as much distance as you can. Lots of height for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Pulse way up here. Pulse, 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 pulse. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hug the knees. Rock side to side. Cross your legs. Let's roll all the way over onto our hands and knees. Tuck the feet under. Walk your hands back toward your feet. Slowly roll up. Back to standing, head last. Roll your shoulder blades down. Coming into our Tadasana. Let's take 3 breaths again to get ourselves into our yoga mode here. You can close your eyes, back of the head over the back of the spine. Make sure that head is perfectly level. Open eyes. Let's start that sun salutation. Inhale up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Grab your opposite elbows for a nice ragdoll pose stretch here. You can rock your upper body side to side. Paying attention to your breathing. Inhale, and then on the exhale, try to fold down a little more. You got this nice weight from your arms and your head helping you here. Knees working to be straight. Let your hands drop back down to the mat or to touch your shins. Wherever you are, inhale, flat back. Exhale, hands, palms to the mat, step or jump back into your plank. Again, hugging those elbows to the rib cage, Chaturanga, float down toward the mat, staying hovered if you can. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Roll the shoulders through those sockets to drop your head further between your arms. Let your heels float down toward the mat. Try to let go of tension that you might be holding in your calves. Inhale, right leg up. Exhale, step it between your hands. Turn the left leg down to the mat. Rise up into our warrior 1. Put your hands on your hips, lift up, rotate those hips more to the front of the room. Come back down into your warrior 1. Seeing if you can feel a difference in how those hips are sitting, the position of that pelvis. Coming back down to the mat. Step that foot back into our plank. Chaturanga. Up dog. Down dog. Inhale the left leg into the air. Step it out. Right leg, right foot rotated to the mat. Hands on hips, rise up, square the hips, come back down. And palms back to the mat. Stepping back into your plank. Chaturanga. Up dog. Down dog. Let's come through our whole warrior series now. Inhale up. Exhale. Warrior one. Palms to heart center. Inhale. Exhale, warrior two, opening up this hips. So your hips are now square to the wall. Front knees strong, not collapsing inward. Open that top hand. Peaceful warrior. Raise that spear up to the sky. And tuck the elbow inside the knee for extended side angle. Reaching with this top hand. We did a lot of oblique work, so enjoy this stretch, you earned it. Palms to the mat. Step that foot back to a plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Inhale the left foot up into the sky. Exhale, step. Warrior one. Palms to heart center, open to warrior two. Gaze over those front fingertips. Open that front palm. Peaceful warrior. And coming into our extended side angle. Bottom hand still strong. Top hand reaching. Spend an extra breath here for the nice stretch for our obliques. Palms to the mat. Step your foot back. Chaturanga. Up dog. Down dog. I'm going to come into a crescent lunge series now. So inhale that right leg up. Bring it between the palms. Left foot stays where it is. Feet are hip distance in width. Rising up to our crescent lunge. Back knee stays straight. Back heel pushing behind you. Feel the oppositional force between your 2 feet. Hold here for 2 more breaths. Palms to heart center. We're going to twist over that front knee, trying to hook that elbow outside that front leg. Palms stay at heart center. Try not to let them creep up toward the top shoulder. If you're having trouble with balance, you can drop that back knee. Gaze up to the sky if you can. And now let's deepen the twist by dropping that left hand down to the mat. Right arm up to the sky. Gaze at your fingertips. Your twist should be really strong here. So you've got the nice 3 points of contact with the floor. Bring that right foot, right hand down to the mat. So both hands are on the mat. We're going to do some balance here. Our standing split. So push that back foot up off the mat. Reach your hands about 12 inches in front of your foot. Lifting that back leg into the air as high as you can. And if you want to challenge your balance, you can try to bring one hand to your leg and then the other. So you're just balancing on the one foot here. Really nice. Palms back to the mat. Step that left foot down to the mat. Step the right foot down to meet it. Back into your plank. Inhale, Chaturanga, exhale. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Your legs should feel really different right now in terms of how limber and how strong they are. So let's lift that left foot in the air. Do it on the other side. Rising up into your crescent lunge. Pushing back with that back heel. Front foot planted. Feeling all points of contact with the floor. All 5 toes. Ball of your foot, the heel of your foot. Nice straight spine, shoulders down away from the ears. Palms to heart center. Big inhale. On the exhale, twist to hook the arm on the outside of the bent front knee. Trying to bring your gaze up to the sky. Keeping those hands at heart center. Should feel a nice stretch in the glutes, in the left glute. Let's deepen that twist by dropping the right hand to the floor. Lift that left arm into the sky. Use the bottom shoulder to open your chest, pushing forward with that bottom shoulder. Bring that left hand to the mat. Kick that back leg up into the air. Walk your hands forward a little bit as you need to catch your balance. And then try to challenge yourself with one hand on that standing leg. And then maybe the other. Palms to the mat. Step both feet back into your plank. Exhale through your Chaturanga. Inhale through your up dog. Exhale into your down dog. Take 2 breaths here to recover. Look between your palms, step or jump your feet up to your hands. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, and then slowly roll up 1 vertebra at a time. Head last. Roll the shoulder blades down. Back in our Tadasana. Nice. Let's do a quick balance. Very similar to the standing split, we're going to do our airplane. So palms face toward the back, chest still very open. We're not letting the chest collapse. With those palms facing toward the back. Lift up all the toes on that right foot and set them down, hinging from the hips, trying to maintain a straight line from top of the head down to the heel. We're going to lift that left leg into the air, trying to come to parallel here. It's a little easier, I think, than standing split because your gaze is fixed down at the floor instead of kind of behind you. If you'd like, you can try to clasp your hands behind you for a little bit of a bind, lifting them up in the air. And exhale, back to standing. Nice. Shake it out. Get ready to do the other side. Roll the shoulders back, palms facing back, kind of almost pressing to the back. Lift up all the toes on the left foot. Big breath in to ground yourself, and then exhale to rotate on that hip. Choose your focus spot, then see if you can grasp your hands. And slowly hinge back into place. Beautiful balance, really good. Let's come down to do some three-legged dog and resting half pigeon. Get some nice hip stretches going. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, step or jump back into your plank. Chaturanga. Up dog. Down dog. Walk that left foot a little bit toward the center of the body. Lift the right leg up in the air. Open the hip and bend the knee. This is a good twist at your waist. So you're trying to keep your shoulders square to the wall behind you, not opening up while opening up that hip. Trying to catch a glimpse of the right heel under your left arm. And you can stay here or you can flip your dog, which I promise is easier than it appears. So you just keep rotating through, lifting that right arm behind you, gaze back at that right arm, keeping the hips high in the air. Trying to open the shoulders to the ceiling. And rotate back to that three-legged dog. And now we're going to bring the knee in between the hands. Walk the right foot toward the front of the mat as much as you can. Left foot, try to walk it behind you an inch or two. Big inhale with a tiny back bend. And then exhale. You can use your arms as a pillow or you can extend them in front of you. Leveling your hips. Feel them square to the mat. Trying to relax into this hip stretch. Plant your hands under your shoulders. Tuck the left toes under. Bring yourself back up into this three-legged dog. Set the right foot down. This time, walk the right foot a little toward the center of the body. Lift the left leg in the air. Bend the left knee. Open the left hip. Keeping the shoulders square. Look for that left heel under the right arm. Lifting up high, high, high. And if you're comfortable, rolling through to flip your dog. Shoulders up to the ceiling, gaze at that left arm reaching behind you. Hips high in the air. And roll back to that three-legged dog. Drop the left knee between the hands. Walk the left foot toward the front edge of the mat. Walk the right toes back an inch or two. And choose your position for your resting half pigeon. Palms under shoulders. Tap the right toes under. Push back to the three-legged dog. Set the foot down, walk all the way through. Your hands coming to lay on your back for our Savasana. Palms up to the sky, shoulder blades tucked under to open the chest, legs relaxed, feet open, eyes closed. Push the shoulders away from the ears. Nice long neck. Keeping your eyes closed. Roll over onto one side. Your arms pillow. Knees, your toes. Beautiful position. Yes, in your breath. Seated position. Keeping your eyes closed if you're comfortable with that. Palms face down on the knees. Lift the head up to the sky. Nice straight spine. Back of the head over the back of the spine. Nicely balanced weight. Just feel that elongation of your spine. For a nice breath or two. Try to remember this posture when we're back at our computers. Inhale, palms to heart center. Big exhale. Inhale, palms to the center of your forehead. Big exhale. And if you'd like, you can join me in a bow. Namaste. Thanks for joining yoga practice today. Sorry, I went a little over. I didn't want to cut our Savasana off.
Thank you so much. That was a good strength and stretching session, just what I needed.
Good. I'm